Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight on WYLN News. I'm Gary Perna. We start tonight's broadcast with a traffic stop in West Hazleton that led to officers finding over 300 packets of drugs. West Hazleton officers, along with Sugarloaf Township police, say they stopped the vehicle early Saturday morning in the area of North Broad and 22nd Streets. When officers approached the car, they found 35-year-old John Boyle and 32-year-old Nikki Bacon, both of Cunningham. Police say Bacon had a cookie in her hand and they found a container on the vehicle's floor. But the package had much more than just cookies in it. There they found about 200 packets of heroin and fentanyl stashed inside. Each faces charges of manufacture, delivery, and possession with the intent to manufacture or deliver. Officers say more drugs were found in a fanny pack that was up on the dashboard along with a glass pipe. Boyle was also had packets in his possession. Police say in total led to about 347 packets of drugs. Boyle was taken to jail after failing to immediately post $30,000. Bacon was released on $25,000 unsecured bail. Now to the city of Hazleton, where a man is accused of breaking into 2 homes this month. That's according to police. 22-year-old Tamara Johnson faces a number of charges in court. Police say they were called to a home on East 6th Street after it was reported that Johnson broke into his ex-girlfriend's home by kicking in the door on October 2nd. She told police he punched her in the chest, yelled at her and her child, demanded money, and left with her purse after the victim yelled back at him, saying she was going to call police. Then on October 16th, police were called for a man breaking into a home, this time on East Juniper Street, just before 6 p.m. A different woman told police that Johnson was trying to break into her home, saying that he needed to talk to her about possibly being pregnant with his child. He damaged the door, but when the woman said she was going to call police, he ran off. Johnson faces burglary, criminal trespass, theft, simple assault, harassment, and criminal mischief charges. Bail was set at $10,000 in each of those cases. A man from Wilkes-Barre has been sentenced to serve more than 7 years in federal prison for his role in a drug dealing operation. That's according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. 27-year-old Luis Eugenio Trinco Martinez Ortiz was sentenced to 87 months in prison. Martinez Ortiz previously pled guilty to conspiracy to distribute and possess with the intent to distribute heroin, powdered cocaine, and crack cocaine, according to prosecutors. Martinez Ortiz admitted responsibility for more than 100 grams of heroin, 500 grams of cocaine, and 28 grams of crack. U.S. Judge Robert Mariano imposed that sentence. Convicted killer Isaiah Grizzly Jennings has pled guilty Monday to drug trafficking charges in a case unrelated to the murder case. The 21-year-old from Wilkes-Barre admitted to dealing 3.7 grams of cocaine before Luzerne County Judge David Lupus, and he was immediately sentenced to prison time that would run concurrent with his 24 to 48 years. He is currently serving in state prison. Jennings and his associate, 24-year-old Robert Rodriguez of Plymouth, were convicted of murdering Trevor Oliver and wounding Oliver's girlfriend during a home invasion during a robbery on Hudson Street back on February 7th of 2018. Rodriguez was sentenced in July to 24 3/4 to 57 years in prison for the home invasion, as well as a second unrelated shooting attempt. A man from Philadelphia was busted Monday after police allegedly found a large amount of illegal drugs. 29-year-old Hakeem Sheeran was arrested after he allegedly sold crack cocaine to an agent with the Wilkes-Barre Township Police Department's Special Investigative Unit in the area of Highland Park Boulevard. Police say he was in possession of a large amount of crack cocaine and uncut cocaine, marijuana packaging, and packaging material of more than $900 in cash and 3 cell phones on him. He was arraigned on a number of charges that include possession with the intent to deliver a controlled substance and possession of a controlled substance and criminal use of a communication facility. He was jailed at the county prison for lack of $50,000 bail. A joint public hearing was recently held to examine the fate of 2 state senators. WYLN's Mike Murphy has the details.
House Human Services Committee Representatives Tara Toohill and Doyle Heffley participated in a joint public hearing at the state capitol. The House Health Committee's intention was to examine the recent decision made by the PA Department of Human Services to close the Whitehaven and Polk state centers to move residents into community-based settings. Representative Toohill sees the closures as potentially fatal to the residents who have to move.
People will die when they are transferred. There is such a thing as transfer trauma that was talked about today, and it's a real problem that someone that's been living in their home for 20 or 30 years, that if they are moved, that they could possibly die.
Both Toohill and Heffley co-sponsor House Bill 1918, which would place a moratorium of the closure on both facilities. Heffley and Toohill listened to testimony from a top DHS official along with other members of the committee. The state is currently caring for about 700 residents at the 4 state centers, costing up to $450,000 per individual. More than 40,000 people with disabilities reside in a community setting, with more than a quarter of them receiving similar care as to what is offered at both Polk and WHC. Representative Heffley is not only concerned about the economic impact of the closure, but also for the well-being of the residents.
A lot of these folks have dual diagnoses with intellectual disabilities and mental health. Some of these folks are a danger to themselves or society if they're not in this type of setting. So it's very concerning as to how these individuals that are in these facilities are going to continue to receive the same level of care if those facilities aren't there.
House Bill 1918 is currently under review by the House Health Committee, with a vote expected to come sometime this week. For WYLN News, I'm Mike Murphy.
And quickly, since Mike filed that report, we have learned that the committee has passed that bill and is now heading to the House floor. Okay, a note to residents in the Tresco area, the boil water advisory has been lifted for that area. The general manager of the Clyde Township Municipal Authority said that the water line installation is complete and the new water line has been charged and has been tested and it is okay for drinking. So the boil advisory in Tresco has been lifted. Coming up on WYLN News, books were given out this morning, and our Julie Stefanovich has that story coming up. Plus, how did Hazleton area do on the Keystone exams? That answer is ahead. But first, let's take a look at the 7-day forecast, and much different for tomorrow than what we're experiencing today. It's going to be sunny, a high of 54. Thursday's even going to be a little better, a high of 62. Mostly cloudy skies for Friday. It's going to get pretty cold for the last regular season football game for Friday Night Lights. We'll be right back.
Life is full of partners. Your health deserves a partner too.
Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer is more than just a great place to grab 6-packs to go. You can also enjoy great draft beer, including their exclusive 3 Onina milk stouts. Take it to go in a crowler, or mix and match bottles of your favorite craft beers. Or just cool down with one of their slushies. Check out the Georgetown Pub Fare menu, including their Flight and Bites with your choice of sauces and 5-ounce draft beers. Stop in and play Keno or other Pennsylvania lottery games. Don't forget to check out their website and Facebook for tasting events. Krugel's Georgetown Deli and Beer in Wilkes-Barre Township, right next to the Big Cow.
Barber Ford has the largest selection of Ford commercial vehicles in Northeast PA with over 50 Super Duties in stock. Plus, Barber Ford is the only Ford commercial vehicle center in the area participating with the state's cooperative purchasing program, CoStars. Barber Ford, where the pros go for trucks.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@WYLNTV.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network.
At this 5:30 hour, Luzerne County Council is hearing from the public on the proposed 2020 county budget in Hazel Township. The meeting is on the road tonight at the Hazel Township Commons building. The hot topic at the meeting will include the county's 2020 budget proposal, which calls for a 5% property tax increase and the planned purchase of new paper trail voting machines before the end of the year. Tonight is one of two public hearings council is scheduled on the budget. During the work sessions, council members will meet with heads of the county divisions and departments to discuss their budget requests. Following the hearing tonight at 5:30, council will hold their regular voting session at 6 p.m. Again, that's being held down at the Hazel Township Commons building. Keystone exam scores have been released by the state. If you're wondering where your nearest high school has ranked, well, our WYLN's Julia Wiegand has all those details for you.
The State Department of Education released statewide results on Monday from the 2019 administration of the Keystone exams, as well as the Pennsylvania System of School Assessment exams. PSSAs are administered in grades 3rd through 8th for both English language arts and math, and science for just 4th and 8th graders. Keystone exams are end-of-course assessments in literature, biology, and Algebra 1. Students' best scores are banked and reported in statewide data when the student is in 11th grade. Northwest Area High School is at the top of Luzerne County's list for student performance on 2 of the 3 Keystone exams, and also had the highest percentage of students with advanced or proficient scores on the literature exam at 78.3% and on the biology exam at 79.5%. Dallas had the highest percentage on the Algebra 1 exam at 79.6%. The 2019 state averages of students with advanced or proficient Keystone scores were 63.3% in Algebra 1, 63.2% in biology, and 71.5% in literature. 5 high schools in Luzerne County, Northwest Area, Dallas, Crestwood, Lake Lehman, and Pittston area exceed the state averages on all 3 Keystone exams for 2019. Keystone results for the Wilkes-Barre Area STEM Academy were released separately from the 3 high schools in the district, which will soon be merging. All 11 STEM Academy students with Keystone scores reported in 2019 were proficient or advanced. Reporting in Luzerne County for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
The United Way of Wyoming Valley celebrated its 5th anniversary of the launch of the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich was there for the milestone event.
A special birthday was celebrated today at the Kennedy Early Childhood Center in Nanticoke. 5 years ago, the United Way of Wyoming Valley launched its Dolly Parton Imagination Library, and a very special milestone was reached this morning as the 100,000th book was distributed.
5 years ago, we changed our model to really focus on the issues of childhood poverty, and one of the very first things that we did was develop a relationship with the Dolly Parton Foundation. And we understand that reading and education are just so important to the lives of children, and a real pathway out of generational poverty.
The United Way of Wyoming Valley's 2019 campaign co-chairs read Zach's Alligator to a group of preschoolers. The students also received a book at the end of the program.
Reading is so important. So when parents read to their children, when volunteers, when grandparents read to their children, the impact that has, the science tells us, the impact that has on brain development, on creativity, on learning, on listening skills, all of that is just so important. So when adults read to kids and kids embrace reading, learning is happening.
In the 5-year initiative, over 4,000 children have been enrolled in the Imagination Library, and parents say that the kids look forward to receiving their new books each and every month.
My daughter's 4 and she really enjoys getting the books. It's like a double surprise because something comes for her in the mail with her name on it, and then, it's nice. She gets to open it and everyone in the family reads it. I have 2 older girls, and she really enjoys reading, so she is excited to get the book and everyone's excited to read it with her.
4-year-old Skylar likes sharing her books and reading them with other family members.
She enjoys getting books every month as well. When they come, she opens them. And I work second shift, so she actually reads them with her dad at night before she goes to bed with her other siblings, because I have a son and a daughter as well, so they all read them together. So it's nice. It's enjoyable each month to get a new book, and she likes it.
Parents can register children from birth to 5 years old to participate in a Dolly Parton Imagination Library. For more information, you can visit unitedwaywb.org. In Nanticoke for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Awesome. Great event. Tamaqua Halloween parade that was scheduled for this evening has been postponed, and I guess you can guess why. It's been moved now to Wednesday. The event, which is hosted by the Tamaqua Lions Club, has been postponed due to the rain Mother Nature is giving us right now. The event will now take place Wednesday at 7 p.m. in downtown Tamaqua. Always a great event. Coming up on McAdoo's News Choice in Trooper Talk Tuesday, we are talking mail theft. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazelton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Tri-County has been keeping your office up to speed since 1969. Everything your office needs: office supplies, personal and custom business forms, business cards, office furniture, new and used office equipment, copy, print, and scan solutions with wide format capabilities. Leasing is also available, free off-street parking, and free local delivery. Tri-County Business Machines, 117 East Broad Street in Hazelton, 570-459-0754. Family owned and operated since 1969.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
WYLN, everyone. I'm Gary Perna. I'm with Trooper Anthony Petrowski from Pennsylvania State Police Hazelton. And today we're talking about something very serious: mail theft. It is happening. It happens right here in our area. And there are some key steps you can take to prevent it. And there are some key things you need to look out for that maybe if your mail has been stolen. So Trooper Petrowski, we've seen this. It has been happening. People are stealing mail from mailboxes, whether they're on the porch or over on the street corner.
Sure.
And this is something that we need to be aware of that does happen.
Yes, and this is one of those things where it's hard to prevent somebody from doing something, but there's steps you could take to protect yourself. If you know that you're supposed to receive a check or a credit card statement on the day and you don't, call that person who sent that check or that business, that credit card company, okay? You need to monitor your mail because you need to know if you're missing something. Ask for those paper statements, ask for electronic statements too. If you feel that you're missing a credit card statement or a check, you need to put a hold on your checking account and on your credit cards because somebody might be looking to take your identity and open up a credit card in their name under your credit card number. So again, be prepared, look at your statements, and if you do think that some of your mail was taken, whether there was a check, credit card statement, report it immediately and put a hold on all your accounts.
And it's also important to monitor your accounts if you're seeing something that doesn't look right. So I know, I sit down to get the bills in the mail, I kind of look through it. Oh, yep, I was here, yes, I was here, and kind of go over it because they could get your information, they could be using your bank card or ever. I know we've talked about a lot of scams and stuff in the past, so just very important to kind of just look over everything and don't just write the check out or pay the bill. Look over and make sure you know what's there.
Absolutely, do your due diligence. Look into it. That's your credit card. You should know how you spend it. Get that paper statement, get the electronic statement, go through everyone. And also, a lot of credit card companies have a feature that's free of charge, meaning every time your credit card is used, you get a text message notification that your credit card was just used in the amount of X amount of dollars. That's a great feature, free of charge, and this way it lets you know every time your card was used. All you have to do is call your credit card company and tell them you want that feature added on.
And when we're talking about, theft from our mailboxes, we see a lot of people now are having, security cameras or the doorbell cameras, and they're starting to see a lot more. And we're hearing more success stories of being able to identify the person and see what they're taking. So another good step in just having some security around your house. It's because a lot of times mail's delivered during the day when most people are at work.
Sure.
So it's a good security step just to say, you get the notification that somebody's in the porch. Oh, there's a mailman. Well, then you get another one, and it's like, nobody else should be at the house today.
Right.
There's some good ways to just protect the stuff.
Yeah, and those are free of charge. I mean, you pay for them, but then there's no monthly charge on a lot of those cameras and the doorbell cameras. They're nice added security. Now, is that going to prevent somebody from doing something? It may if they notice the camera, but if they do it, at least you have it captured on camera. And you get that live feature, and you get that notification saying somebody's there. You see something that doesn't look right, you could call 911, and we could get there and hopefully catch the person in the act.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but stealing somebody's mail, that's a federal offense,
It's a serious offense. It really is. And, nobody should be stealing from anybody else. And you get a lot of important documents in the mail. So we take that serious. And if you are a victim of that, make sure you report it immediately.
And then just some extra security to look for, know what's going on. Generally, most of our bills come usually around the same time every year. You don't see it right away. It's like, well, maybe we should call them and find out what's going on, and just be aware of what goes on around your neighborhood. If you see somebody that may be a little suspicious, you may want to report it because they may be not targeting your house, but it could be at somebody else's house.
Sure.
And it's always important. I have security cameras. We love having them just to make sure everything is okay. And it's just another added bonus to having some security at our house. So you see what's going on, make sure you report it. If you see some suspicious activity, report it as well, and get the state police and local police involved to just see it and make sure everything is okay. Thanks for joining us here on Super Talk Tuesday, everyone. We'll catch you next time here on WYLN.
Sacco Chiropractic, East Broad Street in Hazleton, has the healthcare you've been waiting for. Whether it's a chronic issue or something new, Sacco Chiropractic has the most up-to-date techniques and therapies to help with any ailment. From his days of playing football with the Cougars and then in college, Dr. Scott Sacco has an elite understanding of sports injuries and how to correct them. Whether you are an athlete, a weekend warrior, or a grandmother, we can help with multiple issues. Call today to see why relief is super, man. 570-497-4150.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
National Prescription Drug Take-Back Day is coming up. The day addresses a critical public safety and public health issue. According to the 2018 National Survey on Drug Use and Health, 9.9 million Americans misuse controlled prescription drugs. You can drop off your unused and expired prescription drugs during the Drop the Drugs event on October 25th at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. The Drop the Drugs mobile van will be there, located in the hospital's Business and Education Center in the front parking lot from 7 till 9 a.m. This is open to the public. The Drop the Drugs mobile drop unit is a safe and secure way to dispose of old or unwanted prescription drugs in our area. WYLN TV is proud once again that we will be hosting a live Hazleton mayoral debate, the only one scheduled. On Monday, October 28th, incumbent Mayor Jeff Cassat will square off against Democratic challenger Bob Yavak, live right here on WYLN TV at 7 p.m. The 1-hour debate will be commercial-free. The two candidates will be fielding questions from Standard Speaker Managing Editor Andy Heinzelman and WYLN News Anchor Paula Degnan. The debate will be moderated by myself. Again, WYLN TV is proud to bring this debate to the residents of Hazleton so you are informed for Election Day. We hope you can join us on Monday, October 28th, live at 7 p.m. here and only here on WYLN TV. That's the news. Remember, you can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page, and stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a